Okay, buyers. Here's a quick history lesson on how the role of buyer's agent came to be. About 30 or so years ago, the role of buyer's agent actually did not exist. Buyers may have had an agent showing them houses, but that agent's role was actually considered what you call a sub-agent of the seller, meaning that their loyalty was actually to the seller and they had no fiduciary duty to the buyer. And that sub-agent actually received what we call cooperating compensation from the listing firm for bringing the buyer and, get this, sharing any information that could advantage the seller in negotiations against you. So this was obviously not a good practice for buyers, and for obvious reasons. Lawsuits ensued. And so around the mid-90s, the fiduciary role of the buyer's agent was created. And it technically phased out, excuse me, the sub-agent role in popularity, although it still exists today. And buyers finally had the ability to have an expert in their corner looking out for their best interests. And that cooperating compensation that I mentioned, well, that was paid to the buyer's agent instead. So in my years in real estate, I actually never fully grasped the sub-agent role that I learned about in pre-licensing class. It just didn't make sense until now. So why am I sharing this history lesson with you? Because with headlines about buyers having to pay their own buyer agency fees, the first thing some buyers are going to consider is just going straight to the listing agent. So if that's you, I want you to remember that the listing agent has a fiduciary duty to look out for the seller's best interest. Okay. Duty, obligation, they have to look out for the seller's best interest. So anything that you share with that listing agent can and will be used against you in negotiations. So even when you go to that new build community and you talk to that lovely sales agent in the sales center, they're personable and you think they're looking out for you, remember, they work for and in the best interest of that builder. So when it comes to the biggest purchase of your life, which is also typically the most emotional purchase of your life because it's about where you're going to call home, maybe raise a family, make memories. So you deserve a professional on your side, advocating for you, looking out for your best interest. And there is a high likelihood that professional that you hire will be able to negotiate either all or a portion of their fees for their services from the seller. So finding the house is really just the beginning of your home purchase. Getting it to closing and handing over the keys, that's where your buyer's agent's value truly adds up. If you have any questions on this topic or any other topics with all the changes that are happening in the industry, feel free, please reach out. I'm always here for you.